Justice Sotomayor?
If you look at the statute, there's two components: unlawful user of a controlled substance and someone who's addicted to any controlled substance. Addiction is defined by the statute, correct?
It's defined by the Controlled Substances Act, not by the Gun Control Act, but there is a cross-reference which suggests Congress intended the statutes to be read in
means any individual who this is the definition, habitually uses any narcotic drug so as to endanger the public morals, health, safety, or welfare, or is so far addicted to the use as to have lost the power of self-control. That would go to a jury.
That does go to juries often.
And it has to go to the jury.
That goes to juries in these cases, yeah.
Justice Alito's concern about each jury determining is inherent in the definition, correct?
It's inherent in and addicted to prosecution.
Now, with respect to who is an unlawful user, I've been surprised that in your cert petition and even in this in your briefing, you haven't really raised the vagueness issue. But it seems to me that the government is sort of giving unlawful user a definition that's not present in the statute, correct?
Correct, which is why we did lead with a lengthy argument in our response brief that we think the statute has an independent vagueness problem that is sort of baked into trying to analyze whether the statute is constitutional under the Second Amendment. If you don't know exactly what it means, that's its own problem.
Historically, the only thing that was ever given meaning to was a habitual drunkard, correct? And that had maybe a common law background definition, but there's nothing in any of our history or tradition that has created a use definition, correct?
That's right, and if you take the early statutes from the 1920s and 30s, none of them had an unlawful user prong, and even today there's only 8 states that have an unlawful user prong. Almost all of them are focused on addiction or focused on it through the lens of even more concretely things like, have you been adjudicated to have a substance disorder or committed for treatment for a substance use disorder?
Thank you, counsel.
Justice Kagan?